one smoked it. Just get up that. There we go. Anyway, we're on our way to pick out a nice little dispersed camping spot somewhere in the Mystic Ranger District. Now, dispersed camping in the Black Hills still has many rules. It just means, you know, you gotta be 300 feet from the middle of the trail you're dispersed camping off of, as long as that trail allows it. Campfires, super illegal. I know. People still do it. Doesn't mean it's right. Now, right now, I am taking advantage of some of the over 1,500 miles of roads open all here in the Black Hills National Forest. Now, a lot of these, they might look just like trails. The only difference really between them and trails, oh, there's a beer can, is that they carry a much different maintenance level compared to the 4-digit trail system. Let's go ahead and grab that. Boom, right in the Sons of Smoky bag. Anyway, they have a little bit difference of a maintenance level compared to the trails open to all. Just meaning that if they get too dug out, tore up for Forest Service vehicles, equipment, logging, you guys, they'll come through with a giant blade and just plow it flat. As much as I hate seeing that, it really just comes down to how much people use it, how much people tear it up, which kind of stinks, but still got to stay on trail, even if it's a road. Now, to get to this spot, we're going to be passing through the Mystic Ranger District, and if you're going to use any of the trails out in this Ranger District, just like all the other ones here in the Black Hills, you got to have a motorized trail pass. As of 2026, they're going to be 50 bucks. Pick them up at any of the ranger offices, or you can buy them online. And I'll put a link down there. Oof. Okay, one last thing I just want to point out before we hunker down. So the trail, I've been down this tons of times, and in the last 5 years I've noticed this used to be kind of where you hug and bring your stuff through because it's rocky and it's fun, it's part of the trail. But everybody's going around it on the left-hand side. It's just annoying. It just widens it, and it's like, you came out here to off-road. Go off-road. If you wanted a smooth ride, 385 is like 45 minutes that way. Just stay on it. We are making a quick pit stop. I have passed by this little pond, dam, I don't know, hundreds of times. And every once in a while, I see something hit topwater in here, and I've always wanted to fish it. So I brought my fly rod with. I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can't catch anything in here. Okay, well, there's a ton of grasshoppers out right now. And I haven't thrown something that big in a hot minute, and whatever that was big. So I think I got one of those somewhere. I've got a foamy one, but I'm gonna try this first. A customer tied a whole bunch of flies, and he gave an absolute ton of them to me. And whatever that was hit right off the shore. So I'm thinking if I throw something big, I might be able to get its attention. And every time I've passed by here, I don't think I've ever seen anybody fly fish this. I've seen them use spinners, but I've never seen someone fly fish it. So, listen, by no means am I a professional fly fisherman. I just do it for fun. I'm not a professional. Don't take advice from me. I don't even know the name of the fly I just tied on. So, take what I say with a grain of salt. Oh, I got it. No way. Man, looks like a rainbow. Now wet my hands. Listen, I read something about how like trout being out of water is really painful to them. So my hands are wet. I'm gonna show you real quick. As soon as I get that hook out of his mouth, we're gonna get like one shot to see him. Then he's going back in. There he is. Got a nice rainbow. Let's get him back in the water, send him on home. That was a good fish. Ooh, that one smoked it. Oh, a nice rainbow again. God, they're putting up some fights. Oh, he's a... Oh my God, this is a beefy one, guys. Hopefully this thing's still recording. I did just dunk my GoPro with the mic and everything in there. We're gonna pull the hook out of him. Oh my gosh, this is a really good one. Super quick. Oh. Well, he's gone. Man, that is just so cool. Well, that stinks that we lost the Hero 13. Rip. But I've been not the happiest with that camera anyway. The Hero 12's been a tank. That's been a really good camera. But the Hero 13 is just, it overheated way more than the Hero 12 does. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get back on the trail. We got a lot of ground to cover, so let's knock it out. See you later. So we are going to rattle and squeak our way on down to Mystic. It is an old ghost town. There was a ton of mining operations that took place in that area, including some really cool dredging operations. Now the church is still there, but not a lot of stuff is left in general. But the reason we're heading there is that's gonna put us on track to getting out closer to where we plan to camp. We've got about 12:30, so I still have about 3-ish hours, 2.5 hours before we're where I want to be. So we're gonna keep cruising, guys. Alright, so now that we've passed through Castleton, we are actually stopping in the town of Mystic, or well, what's left of it, which really isn't much. It's just the old church, and it has been years since I've stopped to check it out. So we're going to stop, see how this old church is doing. It actually still holds services here to this day, so it's pretty cool. So we just turned off onto the trails again, and there is choke cherries absolutely everywhere. So we're gonna grab some. It's been a little rocky, enough to where I put it in 4 low, because I mean I'm climbing up a decent shelf road out here, and it's been a lot of fun. I mean, this is pretty dang tight through here too in some sections. We made it to our campsite for the night. I just got done measuring how far we are from the middle of the gravel road that we're allowed to disperse camp off of. We're at 104 feet, which in the Black Hills of South Dakota, in dispersed camping areas, you're allowed to be upwards of 300 feet with your vehicle. Again, that's as long as you're not doing any environmental impact damage or anything like that. Downside is we're not allowed to have a campfire since we're dispersed camping, but I'm pretty tired, so I'll probably just make dinner and go to bed anyway. But we have just got an incredible spot. I've had my sights on this spot for a long time. All right, well, I ended up taking a nap and just got done with a shower. We have got probably one of the most beautiful campsites I've had in the hills. I'd go as far to say all time. Got the stream behind us. We are right outside the area we need to be to track down this iconic photo for tomorrow. So I am really excited about that. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and make myself some dinner, and I'm calling it a pretty early night. I'll probably catch the sunset from the tent. I have just been tired from work and all the volunteer stuff I do with public lands. There's a big off-road event coming here next year, and so I've been putting in a lot of time on that. So I'm pretty beat. I'm ready to get caught up on some much needed rest. I will catch you guys in the morning. I just saw my first mountain lion. That scared the s out of me. I was sitting here, enjoying my beer, which I have no clue where that went, looking off, and right there, oh my God, right there, I saw something walking in. And at first, I thought, it's a fox. So I'm sitting super still to see this fox. As it comes closer, it's very clear it's not a fox. It was a mountain lion. So I got in my Jeep, fired it up, gave it a couple revs. You can see it's not happy right now. I don't know where it went. I mean, that was like 20 feet. I am like shaking. Well, good morning. Last night, I did not sleep the best. Our visitor came back, and I don't know what he was doing, but I didn't get out of the tent. All the cameras were charging. So that was very nerve-wracking. He was just checking out camp, I guess. When I saw it last night, I mean, he was just literally right over there, peeked his head up between there. When I first saw him, I thought it was a fox, so I didn't think anything of it. But it wasn't until he got closer, he came between those two bushes there and popped his head up, that I was like, that is not a fox, that's a mountain lion. So yeah, anyway, camp's already pretty much torn down. I have to have some breakfast, get dressed, and then we are back on the road. We're probably 30 minutes of trails from this site, and we'll see. We're gonna have to park, and then from what I could tell from the book, the information in the book, I'm gonna have to hike a little bit, and I'm fine with that. So let's go ahead and have a good breakfast. Let's forget all about the commotion from last night, and let's get our day started. Yeah. We're gonna start our hike up. Now, you cannot drive to this. This is pretty far off trail. So if you are gonna come up here, you're able to put it together from Paul's book, you need to be prepared for a little bit of a hike. It's not a hard one. But again, you can't drive off trail. This is one of those areas where for sure you're gonna need to be prepared for a little bit of bushwhacking. I mean, as you can see, there is no hiking trail to where we're going. So let's see if we can find it. Does it look familiar yet? What about now? In the 1870s, 1874 to be exact, a string of covered wagons would have been passing through this valley. In 1874, General Custer would lead an excursion into the Black Hills. This would be the first time that the Fort Laramie Treaty of 1868 would have been broken. This excursion lasted 60 days, and many iconic stories and legends came out of it. There was also several photos that were documented by a gentleman with the initials of WL. WL would go on to document this excursion and put out some of the most iconic photos from it. In my opinion, one of the most iconic photos WL would go on to take was taken right here. Custer's String of Pearls. Now, Custer's String of Pearls depicts the massive wagon train pushing through this valley, framed by these rocks taken by WL during the expedition. Personally, I think that that is one of the most iconic photos, showing just how massive the expedition was, the amount of men it took to come out to such a wild place. All in all, it took 60 days. This is the expedition that set in motion the future events that would bring so many different settlers chasing mineral riches, ranches, ghost towns, outlaws, cowboys. They finally exited the Black Hills over by modern-day Bear Butte. Well, we found what I believe is the most iconic photo location in the Black Hills. And to get to sit here and kind of take it all in, the birds chirping, the squirrels going nuts, the breeze pushing through the trees, the creek down below. This has been one of the most peaceful moments I've had in a long time. Anyway, guys, I got to get back to town. It's been 2 days, 2 full days with no cell service. And I got to get back to town, go see the dog and the wife. So I hope you guys enjoyed this adventure, and I'll catch you in the next one. You already know the drill. Get on out there and keep on jeeping on.